What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be about two topics in one. I'm going to be talking about having the North Node in the 9th house in Synastry and having the South Node in the 3rd house in Synastry. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So when it comes to synastry and when it comes to relationships, the South Node can show the patterns or the behaviors that are more karmic, they're more conscious and more comfortable to be able to fall back into, that can actually hinder growth in the relationship. And when it comes to the North Node in synastry, this can show what the relationship needs to work on and how they can move towards being able to get to that place of fulfillment and reaching the relationship's fullest potential and purpose. And when it comes to the North Node, this is going to show the lessons that are going to be learned and the qualities that two people need to be able to develop in order to get to that point of being able to get to a sense of fulfillment and even getting to reach the fullest potential for the relationship's growth and getting to know that purpose. So when it comes to having somebody's North Node in your 9th house and somebody's South Node in your 3rd house, this can really create a connection that feels very familiar and also feels like there's that sense of growth and sense of being able to experience expansion. This is because the 3rd house has to do with communication. They can have a very comfortable communication between the two of them, and it can feel like the connection is very purposeful right from the start. When it comes to the 9th house is all about expansion and higher learning and being able to experience that spiritual growth and being able to experience learning from each other, also traveling and overall knowledge that comes with that, exploration. So both of these partners can learn a lot from each other, and the North Node person is somebody who's going to make the house person feel like they are learning a lot and that they are really expanding on that level. And the North Node person's sense of destiny and their sense of growth that they aspire to aligns with the house person's need for being able to experience growth in the same way. And even when looking at the 3rd house is the house of communication, those close relationships like siblings and also with the local community. But also it's also about learning in a different way to the 9th house, but there is learning on a more intellectual level, and these two people with this synastry are going to learn a lot from each other. Also, they're going to have an easy time with being able to form that rapport between each other and a comfortable communication between them. So the two partners with this axis, their mission, their purpose, or their path that they are following is it's like a journey where they are experiencing a lot of growth and they are learning a lot from each other, and they're also experiencing a lot of expansion while they are doing that. And the North Node person looks at the house person as being someone who kind of inspires in them this desire for being able to experience and learn more about higher learning, and even the spiritual awakening is inspired in them by the house person. They can even look at the house person as being somewhat of a teacher that's helping them explore new horizons and be able to fulfill their destiny. And while their connection is one that is going on a journey that is going to be more so centered around being able to experience growth and expansion, they can have the kind of connection that is going to feel like they are transcending the physical realm, and they can even connect more so through being able to connect to a common higher power, and their connection can reach that state of consciousness where it's going to go beyond the material aspects of life and can dive into the more spiritual and metaphysical understanding of things, and their connection reaches that higher dimension. And it's all because of this pursuit of this path of growth that they both desire to be able to experience with this. And they can have a very adventurous and exciting relationship together. When together they can travel a lot, and they can be that couple that when they do travel together to faraway lands, for instance, they really immerse themselves in the culture, and they can deepen their bond by being able to do and share those kind of experiences. And even being able to learn is a way of, can be like a love language between the two partners, and it can also deepen their bond because they both have this thirst for knowledge. The world can feel like a playground for both of them. And overall, that is the North Node's influence on this relationship with this synastry between two people. And it shows their mission, how they can achieve this sense of fulfillment in this relationship. But when we look at the South Node in the third house, with the South Node in the third house, the South Node person can feel very comfortable with the communication in this synastry between the South Node person and the third house person. And the third house person may also feel very comfortable with the communication with the South Node person. And the South Node person may have a natural affinity for being able to interact with the house person and the house person's close friends and community. And the South Node person can even have a lot of ideas and things to be able to share with the house person, and they have a unique or different kind of a perspective to be able to share, and the wisdom that it comes with is something that the house person can also see and appreciate in the South Node person. And with the South Node placements in the third house, the South Node person and the third house person, they need to be able to balance between the comfort that comes with what feels familiar and the excitement that comes with being able to experience growth. So this synastry can challenge them as far as being able to step outside of a comfort zone and do that for the sake of being able to experience that growth and that expansion, and also be able to challenge their intellectual ideas and step outside of that comfort zone. With this third house synastry, they can have a very strong foundation as far as their communication, and also when it comes to their local community, having a very strong network and having a very strong foundation that's established with that. So with this synastry, this kind of brings them to being able to experience expansion with that, and ultimately the fulfillment that comes with being able to experience that in their relationship. And between the South Node person and the third house person, they can have this very comfortable or familiar way of being able to communicate and understand each other. It can feel like they're on the same page when especially this relationship begins, and it can feel like they have this very strong connection, especially mentally. But when it comes to them needing to be able to kind of expand on their ways of communicating and kind of interacting with each other, the South Node person might be the one that follows the lead of the house person in this. And the South Node person can almost be dependent on being able to follow the house person's lead in being able to move their communication to another level. Because with this synastry of having your partner's South Node in your third house, they can feel more comfortable with being able to connect on an intellectual level. And the synastry is going to be pushing them to expand on that level of relating as a baseline. Well, that does it for this video on having your partner's North Node in your 9th house, and also this video on having your partner's South Node in your 3rd house in synastry. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to this channel for more videos. Well, that is where I love and leave you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye guys.